Okay, welcome in everyone. We are back after a long hiatus from live streams to live review the Michigan State basketball game. That's exactly what we are doing here tonight. We're not going to be watching the State of the Union or anything as such. Instead, we're going to be watching Michigan versus Michigan State, if I can find it on this long list of channels here. Where is it? It has to be here somewhere. There. It's going to be starting after Providence and Villanova finish up their game, is when it is going to be starting. Which is almost over. Villanova's currently up by 3, about 19 seconds to go. Providence gets it in, makes it 71-70 with 15 seconds remaining. Again, the Michigan State game is going to start. Wow. Gus Johnson is calling this game, actually, which makes it even more interesting and fascinating. I love him calling any game, whether it's football, basketball. He does the best calls in the world. He makes everything intense. Everything is, you get so much adrenaline, anxiety, like excitement, joy. You get every emotion imaginable hitting you all at once when Gus Johnson commentates on a game. 8:42 is the tip-off time, by the way. I got on here a little bit early because I thought it was 8:30, but no, it's going to be delayed for another 10 minutes. Hey, amazing. How are you doing? And who do you think's going to win? Do you think Michigan or Michigan State's going to win this matchup? You got 7 seconds left. Providence versus Villanova, and Providence was fouled by Villanova. Hey, Armand, how are you doing? You know, I find it interesting in comparing college basketball and college football's post-seasons, where college football, you know, it's just 4 teams involved. You have 1 tournament. That's it. If we're going to count the playoff as a tournament. Basketball, you have the NIT, you have March Madness, and you have probably closer to 100 teams than 50 teams involved in that whole ordeal. And even though Cinderella stories rarely win national titles, it's still all exciting to watch. Hey, Max, you're a Buffalo Bulls fan, is what I take it. How's your basketball team doing? I heard that they were a kind of a sleeper team in the national sense, is what I heard. And hey, Jack, how are you doing? Alabama basketball is not what it was last year, but it's far from bad. I think they're ranked this week. I'm more of a college football person, as all of you know, but also I'm a Michigan fan, so I cover Michigan basketball. And, man, this game, basketball, the last minute always takes forever in a close game. There's always fouling, always, like, timeouts, strategizing. There's so much strategery involved with just 10 players on the court. Just 10. It's crazy. Fascinating, actually, is the more proper term. Villanova's at home. They're up by 1 against Providence, but I think it would take a miracle for Providence to win here. Providence is 9th in the country. They're 24-3, and Villanova and Jay Wright are 21-7. Surprising year, more accustomed to the awesome Big Ten ACC challenge. That was interesting. There wasn't as much hype around those matchups this year as anticipated. I mean, Michigan State played a bad Louisville team. Michigan played an all-right North Carolina team and got blown out. Duke, who's really good, got upset by a I'd say decent above average Ohio State team. It was odd. I'm going to fix my mic cover here if you hear any noise. There we go. All right. I can't wait for this whole thing to go. I can't wait for it. So I'm excited. Michigan is favored by around 5 points right now. Favored by about 5, 4.5. No, it actually moved up to 5. It was 4.5 earlier today. Even though Purdue beat Michigan State beat Purdue, I'm assuming a lot of people viewed that as a fluke win, kind of a desperation win. I'd say Michigan State. Kind of punched their ticket to March Madness with that win. That was a quality win. State looked pretty good there. 4 seconds remaining. A heave, full court heave, and he was fouled from full court. So I think he'll get an opportunity for 3. No. Just free throws. He'll just get 2. It's a good strategy. Really good strategy by Villanova. He's only going to get 2 shots. Man, that right there is intelligent coaching. You only foul a guy so he can get only 2 shots when he's down by 3. It's smart. And Jay Wright's a good coach. I think he won 2 national titles in a span of 3 years. And first one by Providence is good. Again, Michigan versus Michigan State, the tip-off time is 8:42. Games that are strange. Nebraska currently beating Ohio State in basketball. Nebraska crushed Penn State like 2 nights ago. Maybe it was last night. I don't know, but Nebraska crushed Penn State. They're now beating Ohio State on the road. Duke is, as the normal thrashing ACC teams. Purdue and Wisconsin face at 9 p.m. I'll be, constantly telling you guys about that game at the break because it's a Big Ten game. It has relevance. TCU is currently beating Kansas. They upset Texas Tech a few days ago. What are your guys' thoughts on those? Let me read the chat as well. Man, they're fouling with 2 seconds left. Armand, heels aren't running very deep in the tourney this year. The QB is 22-8. That's pretty good for coming in off of Roy Williams, one of his 2 worst years. Amazing. I remember Oral Roberts beating Ohio State. That was fascinating. That was fascinating, by the way. And it was memed, too, because as a Michigan fan myself, it was so enjoyable seeing Ohio State just randomly lose. And Villanova missed their first free throw. So Providence will only be down by 2, but they'll only have about 2 seconds remaining. Only 2. By the way, if you're new and joining us here, the tip-off is in a few minutes. So just be patient, bear with me, and stay on here. We're going to have a wonderful time. And Villanova makes the second. So it is 76-74. Villanova over Providence. This is just the last few minutes. He makes a quarterback pass, and it's picked off. Villanova wins 76-74. And immediately after this game, it'll tune to the Michigan State game, where you're going to get to see the likes of Gabe Brown, Marcus Bingham, A.J. Hogard, Daniel Jones, Dickinson. Oh, shut up, you. I'm very curious to see how Michigan does. I mean, Phil Martelli has had us competitive and playing good basketball in these past 2 games. Make no mistake, the defense was not good against Illinois, but we were able to score close to 90 points. We just couldn't catch a break. Illinois played, I'd say, close to their best game of the year outside of some of their fouling from what basketball I've watched. By the way, Nebraska up 9 against number 23 OSU with 8 minutes left to go. Yeah, that just speaks volumes in itself. That just speaks volumes in itself. Whatever. Hey, Stormtrooper, how are you doing? And Pat, Nova wins, and you are correct. If you haven't already, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. It's going to be one of the few times I mention that. But just do it. It's simple, and it helps me out. Armand, how did Michigan State lose to Minnesota? I don't think Michigan State... Did they lose to Minnesota? I don't think Michigan State lost to Minnesota. I don't think so. They lost to Northwestern, though, which is almost as bad. And the game has just started. Michigan has a maze out for this game. For some reason, I'm sort of nervous because I'm a Michigan fan. I want my team to win. But I'm not going to be as bummed out if they perform poorly because we won the Big Ten in football. So, and I'm a football guy. So that would absolve for a loss here. But starting lineups, Michigan's is normal. Michigan State's is normal. Yeah, Michigan State lost to Northwestern. They never lost to Minnesota. I think they sweeped. They sweeped Minnesota, yes. Thoughts on Rutgers basketball? Rutgers basketball has been interesting to watch. They've been successful from the limited play I've seen, but they're 16 and what? Like 16 and 12? Yeah, 16 and 12, 10 and 8 in Big Ten play. They're certainly better than they were last year. They're improving, but 16 and 12 is not the mark of a great team. They can make some noise. They beat 4 ranked opponents in a row in early February, but ever since February 20th, they've lost 3 straight to Purdue, Wisconsin, and Michigan. We'll see if they can beat Indiana tomorrow at 7 p.m. And Michigan State starts with the ball first. Hall scores. 2-0 Michigan State. Jones passes off to Brooks. Passes it off to Diabate, to Houston. It's Devontae Jones. Dickinson pressing, trying to get to the basket. Goes up and makes a shot. 2-2 is the score. Don't know if the scoreboard is working. That's good. That was a foul on Devontae Jones. I don't know why he's acting as if that wasn't a foul. But that is totally a foul on Tyson Walker. I know Michigan State player names, but I haven't identified their looks with their names yet. But that'll certainly improve. Tyson Walker will get 2 free throw attempts as he was fouled in the process of shooting. Score is 3-2, Michigan State. How did Michigan State lose to Michigan? They haven't yet. And Walker makes the second free throw, 4-2, Michigan State. Brooks with the ball, passes it out to Houston. I think it's being guarded by Malik Hall. Diabate trying to, post up. And it's in. 4-2. Well, 4-4. And Michigan State immediately responds. It's 6-4. And Michigan responds again. It's 6-6. 18:31 left in the half. I think Walker has it. Pass back to Walker. Michigan State driving. Passes it to, I think, Christie, who completely, bricked that 3. And a turnover by Michigan. And Tyson Walker has it, passes it out. Oh, nice block by Dickinson. Nice. Diabate with it. Passes back to Houston. 3-point attempt. Knocked through. It is 9-6, Michigan. Tyson Walker matched up with Eli Brooks. And man, wow, what a response. What a response by State. That, by the way, was Julius Marble with the dunk. Foul on, I think Max Christie. Yeah, I think foul on Max Christie. It is 9-8 Michigan right now, by the way. Yeah, both of these teams want this win, which is obvious because, you know, it's a rivalry, but I like to say that just because. Diabate with the ball, passes it to Houston, who passes it to Devontae Jones. That is blocked. And foul on Dickinson. It lists a foul on Devontae Jones, actually. We'll see. But I think it's the foul on Dickinson. 9-8 Michigan still. Jones is taken out of the game. Yup. They were right. It is Jones picking up the foul. Hauser with the 3, and it's good. So 11-9 Michigan State. Alabama is Texas A&M in our final home game tomorrow. Jack, who do you think's going to win that one? Houston has the ball, and Houston tries for 3 and is fouled in the process. Foul on Gabe Brown. And Nebraska, with only under 6 minutes to left, is still up on Ohio State. If Nebraska wins this, they'll have 2 wins in a row in Big Ten play, and 2 pretty impressive wins. A near 30-point win over Penn State, and a win over a ranked Ohio State. Houston knocks down the first free throw. It is 11-10 Michigan State. UNC versus Duke Saturday. Coach K's final home game. And Houston knocks down the second free throw. It is tied at 11 between the two schools. The battle for the mitten. 2 fouls each of 4 timeouts. And Houston nails the third free throw. It is 12-11 Michigan. Tyson Walker with the basketball passes it to Christie. Passes it back to Walker. Passes it to Hauser. Passes it to Christie. Christie trying to take a shot, is fouled and won. Oh, it's going to go the other way. Think travel. Yup, jump stop, foot move, that's a travel. Michigan State turnover. 12-11. Dickinson with the ball. He's going to try and post up, uses, dominates. It is 14-11 Michigan. Dickinson with the point scored. Christie trying to get off fast. And no, missed. Rebounded by Michigan. Diabate with the rebound. Eli Brooks with the ball. Diabate with the ball, tries to go inside. And blocked by Michigan State by Marcus Bingham, who I think now is the all-time leader in for Michigan State with blocks. 14-11. 14-11 Michigan at the first break. Nebraska still leads by 7. Boeheim needs to retire. Boeheim is, I think both of Boeheim's kids have the most minutes on Syracuse's team, which is a disgrace, if we're being honest here. An absolute disgrace. To go back to kind of the main focus point of my channel, which is football, all of you watching right now, who do you think is going to reach the playoff in football for this coming season? Type your 4 teams in the live chat, and I'll try to respond to them as much as I can while this atrocious ad break goes on. Speaking of which, I'm going to mute it. There. All right. Cool. Cool. Boeheim looks like he's 107 years old. He acts like he's 107 years old. He needs to retire. He absolutely needs to retire. There is no question about that. None. He needs to retire. We're currently on an ad break right now. Michigan leads 14-11, as you can see on the scoreboard above my face. Duh. Nebraska leads by 9 with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left. This is crazy. I mean, I haven't watched much of Nebraska at all, but from what it seems, they might be hitting their stride. Don't think they're going to win the Big Ten, but I think they're going to go into the offseason under Fred Hoiberg, who's returning under a restructured contract. They're going to go in the offseason with some momentum, beating Ohio State, who's a ranked opponent, and beating Penn State. If they hold on their 9-point lead and do beat the Buckeyes, which is in Columbus, by the way, to make the win all the more impressive. Alabama, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Georgia. So even after Lincoln Riley departs and poaches half of the star talent from there, you still think Oklahoma is going to make it, Stormtrooper? How and why? Our man says Georgia, Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State. So only 2 conferences representing the playoff. If both Michigan and Ohio State have to make it, I think that Michigan has to beat Ohio State because Michigan's strength of schedule is so weak that Ohio State, unless Michigan State is like a top 10 team again, and I don't think they will be, unless Michigan State's a top 10 team, they won't have the resume to have one loss and enter the playoff. Ohio State will, though, because they'll be playing Wisconsin, Iowa, who aren't in their division, and they're playing Notre Dame. So 3 good, like above average to great out-division opponents, whether it's in conference or conference. And I'm not underestimating Brent Venables. I'm just saying year 1, it might be a little tough year 1. And we're back. Yes, Marcus Bingham, 3rd in the Big Ten in blocks per game. He's not the biggest dude either. I mean, he's good I honestly shouldn't even be talking if they're good or bad because I don't know enough. Oh, almost a turnover. But Hauser passes it back to Christie. And Michigan State turnover. Collins was guarding A.J. Hogard, who turned it over. And go blue, Rue Golden, I believe. But I don't... Close games are fun, but I want to see by the second half that this is over in Michigan's favor. I don't need a heart attack. I've already experienced plenty of those in Michigan football and basketball games. Brooks with the ball goes up for the layup. It's in. 16-11, Michigan. 14:51 remaining in the first half. Hauser with the ball. Block by Dickinson on Marcus Bingham. And that was amazing. It's still Michigan State ball, but what a defensive play. Nice. Tyson Walker, I believe. No, not Tyson Walker, pardon me. Christie with the ball. Being guarded by Houston, man-to-man. No. Rebounded by Dickinson. A 3 was attempted by Gabe Brown, but it was missed. Michigan is on a 7-0 scoring run. And, of course, that is not followed by a turnover. Almost a turnover, but recovered by Michigan. Brooks follows up with the layup. It's 18-11, Michigan. And now the maze out, even though the Chrysler Center is half empty. Michigan is getting loud. Diabate guarding Hauser. Hogard with the ball, and big-time hold on Caleb Houston. So Michigan has 3 fouls. Michigan State really needed that because that pass was going out of bounds. Plain and simple. Out of bounds. I'm an old Michigan wrestler. Well, good for you, Rue Golden. How... Christie with the jump shot, and no. Another miss by Michigan State. Collins with the 3 attempt, and it goes. Michigan 21, Michigan State 11. And wow. Michigan State needs points, and they need them now. And, oh my gosh, a missed jumper. Nothing can go right for Michigan State. And Dickinson got it, and it's 23-11, Michigan. Michigan leads by 12, and Tom Izzo calls his first timeout. Wow. 23-11, and Michigan is playing the basketball they have been playing in the past 2 games. Michigan State so far looks like the team they were before Purdue. Wow. That was that right there was an example of, just Michigan playing above what they normally play, Michigan State playing below or average. Like Michigan State, there were some nice plays made, but the shots, you should have seen one of them. I think it was Julius Marble tried to put it in, and it rolled out of the basket. Rolled. It's crazy. MSU is 1-5 in the last 6 games. The 1 win over Purdue. But that was Michigan's just playing on fire right now. Michigan State, I don't know. But I don't know. I mean, I had neutral feelings entering this game. I really didn't care to a degree. And I say neutral feelings because I know that Michigan is bad. They're 15-12, 9-8 in conference. State's nothing spectacular either, but they have the better record, to a certain degree, the better resume. Walker with the ball passes it to Hauser. Max Christie, being guarded by Collins, passes it out to Hauser again. Tyson Walker with the ball. There's 12 left on the shot clock, 12:43 left in the game. Walker takes a jump shot, and it goes. It rained, and it poured. 23-13, Michigan. Okay, I'll see you back, Armand. Brooks with the 3, and no. No, did not go in.
No!
Tyson Walker. Christie with the jumper. Beyond missed. Missed it. Wow, Christie airballed that one. Julius Marble with the previous defensive rebound, by the way. Collins as the point guard. He drives. Brandon Johns is on the floor. Foul. Oh no, it wasn't a foul. The ball was kicked by Michigan State. Wow. 23-13 again. Not much has changed since Tom Izzo's first time out. Let's Stormtrooper YouTube, Iowa and Ohio State are going to be tough games. Yes. Oh, they are. I think we'll beat Iowa at home, though. I don't know. Actually, seeing the Nebraska-Ohio State game right now, I'm much more inclined to believe we'll go on the road and beat Ohio State than beat Iowa, because Iowa's just hot right now. And when Iowa gets hot, they're hard to beat. Really good with threes. You know, you got the Keegan brothers, the McCaffrey brothers, I think. Both of them are on the starting roster. Nebraska also leading Ohio State by 6 with under 2 minutes remaining. That's going to be tough. I'm actually going to open up my own dedicated scoreboard view right now. Wow. I can't even believe that. Ohio State started off very strong with the probability to win, and it looks like Nebraska really extended the lead after the half. They've been playing an exceptional second half. Only a minute left in that game, by the way, and it is ad break right now. If you haven't already, hit that like button and hit that sub button. But anyway, Iowa and Ohio State are going to be tough games. State of the Union is what you're checking out. For some reason, I didn't even get that abbreviation until now. Alabama has Texas A&M at house tomorrow, Sam, and LSU on the road to finish the season. Do you think you'll go 2-0, 1-1, or 0-2 in that series, Jack? What do you think? I'm inclined to think you'll go 1-1, just knowing what Alabama is, what their record is. Ohio State takes a timeout with 58 seconds remaining in the second. They're down by 6. Nebraska wins this, they'll be 3-16 in conference. Ohio State will be 18-9, 11-7. They'll definitely fall to the unranked category. Wow. That'd be a collapse by Ohio State standards. Who did they lose to? They had some atrocious loss. Maryland by 15. That was only Sunday. Nebraska here, they host Michigan. Ohio State could lose out for any Ohio State fan watching this right now. Ohio State basketball could totally lose out. They host Michigan State, and I know Michigan State, not very good. Same with Michigan, but Michigan State, if they win this, they could be fired up. If they lose this, they could be really mad. Maybe they finally transition over. And Michigan, it's kind of, the same thing. Ohio State has not proven to be a very good team. Outside of that win over Duke, and earlier in the year, the win over Seton Hall. Now Seton Hall doesn't look that good. Ohio State hasn't had... Well, Illinois, too. At Illinois was good. Not the greatest record. I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
The ACC is garbage this year in basketball. Oregon is going to lose out, calling it now. I've heard Oregon basketball is not good. Brooks with the ball. Michigan has it. Brooks drives. Rebound. And a foul on Michigan. About to lose to the Cornhuskers right now. Yup. Yes, I am fully aware. And to a certain degree, I'm reveling in it. 55 seconds remaining, 73-68. It's actually a foul on MSU. Brandon Johns got the free throw. It's 24-13. Michigan with 11:44. Izzo looks puzzled and mad on the sidelines. Brandon Johns with the second free throw attempt. It's good. It's 25-13 Michigan, and Michigan State sideline looks concerned, which if you know Michigan State is not good. But Tom Izzo, very good coach, good strategist. We'll see what he has. Terrence Williams is going to go to the line. Or no, he was fouled. Pardon me. Again, don't have the greatest depth knowledge on these teams. Malik Hall will be at the line. Williams has his first foul of the night. Hall makes it. It's 25-14 Michigan. Buckeye fans going to be so pissed. Yes. Should I say yes 4 more times? Losing to Nebraska is a war crime if you're ranked. And Hall misses the second. And Michigan State ball. They out-hustled Michigan there after missing the free throw, and Michigan State has not been the best free throw team. Michigan State a little more under control after that timeout. Christie with the ball. Tyson Walker with the ball now after a pass to him. Hall with the ball now. Passes it over. It was intelligent. Christie with the points. It's 25-16. Michigan. There is nothing stopping Michigan from winning the game. It's early, but Michigan has more points in the paint. Michigan so far has played the better game. Oh, no. You can't do that. Missed 3. Malik Hall with the points. It's 25-18 Michigan. So now Michigan State is on a scoring run of its own. Eli Brooks with the ball. Buffkin, 3 for Michigan. 28-18 Michigan with 10 minutes left in the first half. Brandon Johns, pardon me. Caleb Houston. And Houston misses the layup. And is that a foul on Houston or? Yep, foul on Houston. Houston tried to strip the ball. Oh my gosh, you can't be doing that, man. Michigan, again, has had some discipline issues as well. If you think Michigan is going to run away with this game, you're crazy. No, I don't, actually. No, 28-18 Michigan right now. And that was a nice drive by Hogard, but he missed the layup. Again, these teams don't always have the greatest execution. Foul on a moving pick by Diabate. That, wow. Let me see. That was a total moving screen. Yep, Michigan State ball. Tyson Walker with the ball. Passes it out, I think, to Hall. Walker passes it to Bingham, who's on Diabate. And that's in. 28-20, Michigan. 9 minutes remaining in the first half. A missed layup says a lot. Yeah, both of these teams are mediocre. And I don't get why this game was scheduled for 8:30. It means nothing. No offense. Oh, wow. That is... No, we didn't. Johnson again. 31-20. Michigan with 11 bench points, by the way. 31-20 Michigan. 8:30 remaining. Michigan State. Tyson Walker, they have it. Hall missed. Nice putback. Nice putback. That was a good putback by A.J. Hogard. Very good putback. That was impressive. That was good play by Michigan State. Diabate with the ball being guarded by... And wow! That showed length. 33-22 Michigan with 7:53 remaining. Tyson Walker directing his men. Trying to get a run going. Christie has the ball, passes it back to Walker. Christie, a foul attempt, but luckily the 3 is missed, and now Michigan State will be in the bonus. Michigan has 7 fouls, State has 3. For now, that seems to be the only way State is winning in this game is through having less fouls. But Michigan, outside of that, oddly being the more disciplined team. Again, it is 33-22 with soon a State player going to the free throw line. Michigan given an 85.6% chance to win according to the Basketball Power Index right now. Phil Martelli is coaching well. Coaching very well. What do you guys think of this so far? And it's an ad break, by the way. So let's see. Did the Ohio... Oh my gosh, Nebraska beat Ohio State. Wow. I don't even have words. That's hysterical. Ohio State really lost to Nebraska in basketball. Rest in peace. Krusty Kruzzer, LOL. Amazing. L for Ohio State. Jack. Ohio State basketball. Yeah, they really did lose to Nebraska. That's terrible. I guarantee you there's got to be a rant somewhere. Purdue is up 11-6 against Wisconsin. They have to be mad after that humiliating loss to Michigan State. Cincinnati up on Houston. Kansas down to TCU. Duke beating Pitt by 14. Pitt being coached by a former Duke assistant. Wow. Chris Holtmann may be on the hot seat. Oh, you bet you. Chris Holtmann has had several opportunities to succeed. His teams have been ranked several times. They've looked good, and they always fall short. Honestly, and I don't even know too much about basketball, but I know. I mean, let me search up his record really quick. Chris Holtmann. Chris Holtmann at Ohio State, he came in, he had his team immediately ranked. Yeah, he's finished no higher than tied for second in the Big Ten, and that was his first year. Ever since then, he's finished 8th and 5th 2 years in a row. He's never reached past the round of 32. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I think after that loss, if they don't finish out 2-0 in the regular season, he very well might be on the hot seat. Nebraska more like Nebraska. It's funny. Oregon would lose to Nebraska probably. Well, in saying that, I think didn't Oregon beat UCLA twice? Didn't they sweep UCLA? Stormtrooper? I don't know if they did or not, but Michigan has the 6th strength of schedule. They're 4-8 versus quad 1 opponents. The remaining schedule is versus number 24 Iowa and at Ohio State. Iowa will certainly be ranked. Ohio State technically will be as well, because that's before the polls are released on Monday. But I would not count that as a ranked win. Malik Hall up for the free throw, and he misses the first one. Again, Michigan State, not the greatest free throw unit. And you saw this against Purdue.
No, get her. Take him outdoors.
My parents are yelling because the dog is... The new dog we have is having some issues. So pardon me if someone is doing that. And Hall with the second... with the third, pardon me. And he went 2 out of 3 there. 2 out of 3. 33-24. Michigan leads Michigan State. Dickinson with the ball. Pass back out to Nick Johnson. Dickinson back with the ball. He's trying to move with it. And he shoots and makes it. 35-24. Michigan. 7:07 remaining in the first half. Hunter Dickinson, 8 points. 18 left on the shot clock for Michigan State. They almost had another turnover there. Hall with the basketball, passes it off to Christie, and another turnover on Michigan State by Matty Sissoko. Picks up his first foul. Michigan 7 fouls, Michigan State 4. Tom Izzo is laughing, and I don't know why. Probably at whatever that foul was. Dickinson, wide open 3. No. Just no. Rebounded by Malik Hall. Tyson Walker coming up the floor. Michigan State, look, when they crushed us in East Lansing, it was, if it wasn't Michigan State or if it was a really good team, it would have been a thing of beauty. Malik Hall tried to shoot twice, but he was well defended by Diabate. Christie has only 8 on the shot clock left. Michigan State has to do something. They're going to go for 3, and it's a no. Miss. Dickinson with the rebound. Eli Brooks driving. Dickinson again. Nice jump pass by Brooks. Crowd chanting, "Let's go blue." 5:51 remaining. And Dickinson with the dunk, 37-24. Michigan with 5:43 remaining in the first half. The Wolverines have their largest lead of the night, and it looks like there might be another timeout. No, there isn't. There was just Michigan State was slow to get back. 37-24, Michigan State trying to move. Christie has the ball. Now Walker has it. Michigan State is burning that shot clock, and it's not leaving him. No, another missed 3 by Michigan State. Eli Brooks with the rebound. And foul on Tyson Walker. Michigan will have the ball. It is going to be 5 fouls on State, 7 on Michigan. That was a nice block by State, though. I forget who blocked it. Let me see. Let me check who blocked it. Matty Sissoko. So he made up for his turnover with that. That was an epic block, by the way. He slapped it to the backboard and it bounced off. Wasn't goaltending. He slapped it midair. It was awesome. 5 minutes exactly remaining in the first half. I'm a Michigan fan and I'm enjoying this, but you know, both teams making plays. I don't have a lot of emotion pumping through me yet. Eli Brooks going. Diabate with the dunk. It's 39-24. Michigan now leading by 15. 4:43 remaining. Michigan State, they have to get something going. Michigan is nearly double points in the paint as they do. Nearly. And it looks like there are some backup. I think Keon Coleman is in the game, actually. Michigan 8 assists. Christie trying to go through. No. Misses the jumper. This is interesting. It's crazy to think. Wow. 41-24 Michigan with 4:10 remaining. Michigan State really trying to rush. And another miss. Now you're seeing frustration by State. Which is, and foul on Tyson Walk. No, on AJ Hogard. Wow, Michigan leading by 17. I did not think I was going to see this. Especially after that Purdue win. Michigan State, Purdue looked bad, but Michigan State was shooting exceptionally well from the 3. That game, they were on point. Ad break, Michigan. This game, the only reason I don't say Michigan is guaranteed a win is because it's the first half. If this was the second half, and this was the lead in 10 minutes left, I might say Michigan's guaranteed to win. Wow. So, interesting to me at least. And, Michigan State hasn't scored for 4 minutes. And since 4 minutes, Michigan has scored 8 points. Michigan is shooting 66% field goals. They're shooting 57% from the three. Now, those aren't sustainable, so Michigan won't be this hot forever. But Michigan State's shooting 20% from the three and only 37% field goals. You can tell by my silence the volumes that those stats speak. Both teams with only 3 turnovers, though, so Michigan State came knowing they couldn't turn over the ball. But that hasn't stopped Michigan. So, again, intriguing. And this game is crazy. This whole college basketball season has been crazy because you've seen Blue Bloods return to like their respective status, but you still see upsets. It's like the normal basketball. And Michigan had a way worse year than everyone thought, Tennessee's doing pretty well. Arkansas is doing well. Michigan was supposed to win the Big Ten. And here they are. I don't see this team winning. I don't see them winning the Big Ten tournament. I probably see them winning a game, maybe 2, if they continue to play the way they've been playing. But at some point, they're going to meet a team who's just fundamentally better and more sound than they are. Like Wisconsin, even though the chance is very slim. Or like a Purdue. Or Illinois. And Illinois, at this point, Illinois treats us like a rival. Illinois has beaten us, I think, 6 straight times under Juwan Howard, so they have that mental edge. Michigan at some point is going to meet a Goliath. And Michigan State, it's the same deal. It's the same deal. The same exact deal. 19-9 are the Spartans, 15-12 are the Wolverines. So interesting. Got around 10 concurrent viewers. So how are you all doing? UNC is in a transition year? Yes, certainly. And yet they still have a better record at the moment than Roy Williams did in, I think, his final 2 years there. Which tells you that Roy, at least, unlike Jim Boeheim, had the consciousness to retire at the right time. All right, and we're back. Again, Michigan leading by 17. 17, and there was just a foul on A.J. Hoggard, so Michigan's going to have the ball 41-24. Purdue's still leading Wisconsin by 3, 19-16. This game is a very high-scoring game, and Michigan's been a pretty high-scoring team ever since Martelli took over after Howard unexcusably and wrongfully so punched that Wisconsin assistant. I do not condone that. A lot of Michigan turnover. A lot of Michigan fans have been trying to give an excuse. I say no, that was completely unacceptable. I was shocked. Completely shocked when I saw it. Hauser with the ball. Tyson Walker passes it to Hall. Could look to pass it to Christie, but that didn't happen. Walker, you got 4 on the shot clock. Walker doesn't know where to go. Hauser with the shot, and no, but an offensive rebound by the Spartans. 3:10 remaining. Walker trying, Hauser trying to go. Guarded by Dickinson, though. You're likely not going to get past that. Brooks goes. Michigan State finally gets some points. It's 41-26. And that's Mel Tucker. Mel Tucker at the... Wow. That... He really did travel here. Wow. What dedication. And that man likes to have fun. You can tell by his Instagram. He's living the life. And I'm a Michigan fan saying that. Tyson Walker... And a foul. Foul on Joey Hauser. Gabe Brown has the most personal fouls on Michigan State, but now both teams have 7 fouls each. Equal in fouls. Frankie Collins will have 2 free throw attempts. He missed the first. He'll get another attempt. Izzo is complaining at the refs about the foul. His face is pink. It's not red. It's like the color of steak that isn't cooked. And man, Frankie Collins misses that second free throw. That isn't good. A missed opportunity. It's one of the rare times you'll see Michigan miss 2 free throws. Tyson Walker. And Hauser turns it over. Wow. So he had a lane. He could have went in and scored right there. Hauser had a lane. It looks like Frankie Collins knocked it out. I think he knocked it loose. But Michigan ball. Again, both teams in the bonus. So both teams with 4 turnovers now. Yes, both with 4 turnovers. Michigan State not even shooting 20% from 3. Diabate with the ball. Michigan slowing it down, certainly. Dickinson has it. Man, that was, I think, almost another turnover. But, yeah, that was bad. But it was luckily off of Hauser. But that would have been a turnover by Michigan. So Michigan right there, as the announcer said, tried to get a little too cute. You don't need to be fancy. It was a pass almost out of bounds by Brooks. Too strong, but Dickinson got it. Ball back to Dickinson. Julius Marble did well. Dickinson missed that shot. And Marble isn't, I think, he's not Bingham. He's not Bingham size or Bingham style, so that's impressive work. 1:20 remaining. And wow, a 3 by Michigan. 44-26, the lead is 18. Michigan is just doing what it wants, it feels like. Rebound by Hauser. That was an interesting play by Michigan. It is only 44-26. It looks like a state player, Marble, has an injury to one of his fingers, but 44-26, Michigan. Interesting. Again, Michigan's now given a 96.8% chance to win this game. Just score what's available. Don't force things. It's a W. That's every team can learn that. Every team, Railroad. Every team can learn that. Duke will be in a transition year next year when John Scheer, who is replacing Coach K, is he an assistant from Duke? I presume he is, but at the same time, not a college basketball person. .53 seconds remaining. And a foul. I think a charge on Christie. And that is 8 fouls on State. And Michigan will now have the ball with only 52 seconds remaining. Wow. No. And Hauser with the ball. That was a poor shot by Collins. I don't know why they tried that. Christie got it. So now Michigan can comfortably run out the clock. If they want, they'll probably, of course, try and get one more score off. But it's 44-28 entering the half. Michigan State will be down 16 points. And a timeout by Michigan. They'll use their first. A 95.6% chance to win this game again. This team is playing better without yes, it's playing much. Well, they have better leadership. Howard, is a guy who's lost his temper multiple times. And from what I've heard from my Michigan friends, Martelli has been better with subbing, not just with being a better example of a leader in his conduct, but he's been a better strategist as well. Dang, Michigan, what an amazing first half. For now, not even for now, because it's almost over. Yes. Holding Michigan State to 28 points, scoring 44. What a half indeed. They just have to hold on. And by hold on, I don't mean I mean keep it up. Keep the foot on the gas. Come out in... Because Michigan State, I know they've lost 5 out of 6, but this is Tom Izzo. I'm taking this from a neutral standpoint here. You can't, and it's a rivalry too. It doesn't count. Christie's basket doesn't count. Well, it depends on when it leaves his hand, and it looks like it didn't leave his hand. That's close. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to voice my opinion on this. I feel like Nope, they rule it dead, which it looked like it was, but I don't want to be biased here. It's halftime, 44-28 Michigan. Michigan just cannot afford... They can't coast. The good old game's won. Hopefully Michigan State can kick it up. Going to be a hell of a halftime speech by Izzo. The good old game's won. They should get Mel Tucker to do the halftime speech. I don't have faith in Izzo to make the speech with how these players are. You gotta get Tucker to give him the pep talk. I mean that genuinely as well. I hope Michigan gets a win against Michigan State in 2022, or I'll be sad. It's certainly looking like it will be right now, but you don't know. Michigan given a 94.7% chance to win right now. The game started off at only 60% for Michigan. Michigan shooting 60% field goals, 62% from 3. State shooting 16.7 from 3, but they're shooting 40% field goals. Their field goals improved. Michigan's declined, but Michigan's threes. Michigan is playing like they did against Purdue, and like they did against Illinois. The difference is they're playing teams who are, if we're being honest here, much inferior to Illinois and Purdue. Don't even know why I said to be honest. That's kind of a known fact. Izzo's last season? I have no clue. Not even going to speak on it. I mean, I know Mike Valenti thinks this might be one of his last. He doesn't think Izzo's going to be here for much longer. Valenti also thinks that Michigan State basketball is going downhill. But I don't have much opinions on that. But I do like him. I listen to what he says. I think he's a good source. But that's just my opinion once again. So yeah. Oh, wowzer. Michigan is romping. Yes, they are. Michigan leading by 16 at half. It's a pretty big... And Michigan State, again, a team that has struggled mightily to dig themselves out of holes. Mightily. From the beginning of the year. Not the beginning, middle. They made some clutch comebacks earlier in the year. It's going to be interesting to see if they'll attempt to do that now, but against, Iowa, against Wisconsin at home, against Illinois, they dug themselves holes early. They might have made one run. I know against Illinois they almost came back, but that was at home. At home, they get down early, they almost come back, and then they fail. In games, they lose. And on the road, it seems they just get blown out. It's unbelievable. And I didn't expect Michigan State to be this way. When they destroyed us and I knew that, we're bad, but I looked and I was saying, like, hey, this is a Sweet 16, like, probably a Sweet 16 caliber Izzo team. Like, they're not the greatest. They're not, like, national title contenders, but they can win the Big Ten. And TCU is beating Kansas by 7 right now. Wisconsin's beating Purdue by 2. Houston is up by 5 against Cincinnati. That Nebraska win over Ohio State, if you're an Ohio State fan on this live stream right now, tell me why. Why you might be one of the reasons Nebraska gets 10 wins. I mean, they play at Wisconsin next, but now they, for some reason, all of a sudden have momentum. All of a sudden, they have momentum for some reason. I mean, if they continue their momentum with how bad of a seed they are, they might just blow out, an automatic. They might blow out whoever they're matched up with when they're going to be the 14th seed in the tourney. Why did that happen, if you're an Ohio State fan? I'm genuinely curious. Like, how did you lose? How did you lose to Nebraska? How and why? Don't understand it. But from a Michigan fan's perspective, this is amazing. Like, straight up legend stuff if we hold on to win, and hopefully by, more than 16 points. Because, again, I'm a Michigan fan. I want my team to win by 100 no matter who it's against. But still, Michigan wins this game. And very interestingly enough, Michigan wins this game. They will, by I think rule of tiebreaker, be above Michigan State in Big Ten standings. They'll be technically tied. They'll be tied with Rutgers and Michigan State if they win this game, and they'll move to 16-12. Michigan State will drop to 19-10. If Michigan State wins, they'll be tied with Ohio State and Iowa. They'll be 11-7 in conference, and they'll be 20-9 overall. But Wisconsin, unless Purdue beats Wisconsin, Purdue right now is quite frankly fighting. Unless Nebraska somehow beats Wisconsin, is what I mean, pardon me. Purdue's fighting for a share of the Big Ten regular season because that loss to Michigan State screwed up a lot of different things. E.J. Liddell is really good, but I think it's him and no one else for Ohio State. And Nebraska beating them in their own home stadium, I can't believe that. And then Georgia almost beat Tennessee, but of course that fell through. Wow. What a day in basketball. Ohio State's loss is worse than Bama's loss to Georgia. Yes, actually. Well, was Alabama ranked at the time of that loss? Georgia, for all intensive purposes, is probably worse than Nebraska. Was Alabama ranked at the time of the loss? If they were, then no, this loss was not that bad. But that was a bad loss. Oh no, Alabama's was on the road. That's different. Losing at home to a team like Nebraska is horrible. I mean, Michigan almost did it. Purdue, Wisconsin's tied 23-23 right now. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get a drink of water, though. I will see you guys in probably a minute or two. See you soon. All right. I am back. There's always the second half. Never celebrate too early. I agree. But I can tell by the ... that you are mad, and rightfully so. I was raging when Michigan was down to MSU. Terrible. I was raging. My dad thinks Michigan will still lose, and he very well could be correct. I'm not kidding you when I say that. He very well could be correct. We'll see. But this Michigan State, a lot of people assume, in the games they've lost, a lot of people assume that they'll win because of Izzo's reputation. But aside from Izzo's reputation, what else is there for this Michigan State team? It's an interesting question. What else is there besides Izzo's reputation? Because there isn't a lot of leadership, there's not a lot of skill. There just isn't a lot of everything. There's not a lot of there's not much. Poor shooting, turnovers, just a state of almost mental brokenness outside of that Purdue game, and part of that Purdue game, I think, was desperation. And Purdue, being Purdon't and struggling against random Big Ten road opponents, which to me is just stupid. Like, there's no way Michigan should have beaten Purdue by nearly 30 points. That was embarrassing for Purdue. That was easily their worst loss of the year, even if Michigan somehow makes a moderately deep run in the tournament. I don't care. It was still a bad loss. But there's still a lot of this game left. There's 20 full minutes. 20 full minutes of game left. And knowing Michigan basketball, it would not shock me at all if we fell apart. But I think that Phil Martelli, for the 2 games he's coached, has so far coached the team better than Howard has. Michigan should win this game, but that doesn't mean they will, but they should. Jim Boeheim's likely successor left Syracuse to dismantle Washington. I'm curious now. Who is Washington's basketball head coach? Don't tell me that they're also poverty in basketball the same way they are in football this past year. Ooh, they're 14-14. Mike Hopkins? He was an assistant at Syracuse. He had Washington win the regular Pac-12 season at one point, though they didn't even finish the year ranked. Got destroyed by North Carolina in the second round. Yeah, he's 81-73 there. But does Washington have a historically good program, and do they have great resources? Because if they don't, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know. Who would you want to replace Boeheim as Syracuse's basketball coach? My final prediction is 76-89 So Michigan winning by 13? Or are you labeling it 76-89 as if to say Michigan? I don't know. Confusing. And Hummus Hero, yes, Ohio State just lost to Nebraska, which is disgusting and embarrassing. There's always the second half. Upbeat, yes. He's speaking words of wisdom. Not making fun of you when I say that either. It's facts. Football, basketball, there are so many times that the first half looks hopeless. Not so many as in like it's very common, but there are always moments where the first half everything looks hopeless and the second half everything just comes together. Michigan winning, that's what I meant. Cool. All right. What are your predictions? Upbeat, if you're still listening to this, what's your prediction? Upbeat. Think State's going to pull it out? I have a feeling that's what you think. What do y'all think? Who's going to win this game? Michigan versus Michigan State. Currently, Michigan leads, as you can see, by 16 at the half. Do you think they'll hold on and win? Or do you think State makes an epic comeback Tell me down below. Ironically, Michigan at one point led by 16 in football against Michigan State and lost. But this is basketball. This isn't football. But we'll see what happens. It's possible. Very possible. If Izzo gets this win, he surpasses Bob Knight to become the all-time leader in Big Ten wins. If Michigan wins this, you can say that their chances of getting to the tournament have increased. Michigan will win 70-68. It will be a nail-biter. That's your prediction. All right, so we have 2 in favor of Michigan, no one in favor of Michigan State yet to make the comeback, and we're back from the halftime break. We're back. Again, the Chrysler Center is not very full. Michigan has more points in the paint, more rebounds, more assists, more bench points. Michigan State is not doing better in anything right now. Wow. Well, we'll see what happens. Wisconsin now leading Purdue by 6 as the half closes. Only 2:25 remaining in the first half in that game. TCU also leads Kansas by 10 with only 4 minutes left. Kansas needs a run. And Michigan gets the ball to start. Devontae Jones is back on the field starting. Dickinson with the ball. Tries to push. No. Oh, never mind. And he gets it. It is 46-28. Michigan. Dickinson scores the first points. Tyson Walker with the ball. Pass to Max Christie. Walker. Jump shot. Yes. 46-30. Michigan. Dickinson, they keep feeding him, and it's a wise idea. Dickinson again. 48-30. I should be saying Dickinson for 2, because you don't know where he is. Walker thought about shooting a 3. He didn't, and Michigan State responds. So Michigan State comes out hot. 48-33. And a foul on Tyson Walker. No, Julius Marble, pardon me. He's got a foul. So State gets the first foul, but they also get the first 3. Houston with the jumper, and it goes. 50-33 Michigan. So both teams coming out hot. State, of course, got that 3. Hall, get it. Bingham, it's blocked but rebounded by Bingham, which is then missed, and wow. And is fouled. That was confusing. In the end, State fouled Houston, and Houston's going to the line to shoot. Wow. That was another turnover by MSU, I think. Yep, that was a turnover. Michigan State with 5 turnovers. Caleb Houston with a chance to make a free throw, and he has it. 51-33, the lead is back to 18. Malik Hall checks out. Hauser comes in, the guy who you forget about, but he makes threes, as someone on the radio said. Houston makes the second. It is 52-33. Michigan leads by 19 with 18 minutes left in the second half. Prediction for who wins the Big Ten tournament? I'd have to say Illinois. Even though they could randomly collapse at any moment, Illinois is a very volatile team. They were last year. My money is on Illinois to win, if I would place money, but I don't bet. I just don't. I don't like the concept of sports betting, at least yet. That was Michigan for 3, and they got it 55-33. Michigan, they lead by 22 with 17:30 remaining in the second half, and now Chrysler Center is loud. Michigan State, Tyson Walker tries to drive. There's a lane open. Got it. Gabe Brown with the 2. Eli Brooks for 3. No. Way short. Shouldn't have tried 2 threes in a row. Hauser. Brown. No. And a foul. Another foul on State. They're going to have 3 fouls to Michigan's 0 to open up the second half. Another foul on Marble, and I think that's going to be his second. Ouch. That hurts for State. I think the scoreboard is frozen. It's not anymore, but it is slow. Amazing. The scoreboard transition can be slow sometimes for ESPN. It does take a while, at least when the half begins. Now it's pretty caught up. Dickinson misses. The lead's only 20 now, 16:37 remaining. Turnover by Christie. He traveled. Michigan State now making turnovers. They're getting frustrated too. Christie's mad. Izzo is mad as well. Fix now, yes. Who do you all think is going to win the Big Ten tournament? Tell me down below. All right, good night. Eli Brooks, inbound pass to Dickinson, and another foul on Michigan State. Michigan State now with 4 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the second half. That is a foul on Marcus Bingham. Wow. It's crazy. Rebound by Michigan State, though. Christie, don't foul. And the lead's only 17, Michigan. 55-38, Michigan State just got a 3, and that was off of Julius Marble. Jones now. Passed it to Dickinson. Passes it to Houston. Who passes it to Diabate. Diabate tries to outmatch Hauser. He can't. Hauser nearly pushed him out of bounds. Give it to Michigan. And it is a media timeout. 15:35 remaining. Michigan 55, Michigan State 38. So both teams relatively equal thus far, but Michigan State getting more fouls, and that could come back to bite them in the end. As if this game isn't already bad. Michigan given a 98% chance to win now. The stats are coming more in line, though. Michigan State's three-point percentage is now up to 33%. Their field goal percentage is 41. Michigan's is 56. Michigan's still 60% from 3, though. I want Purdue, but I'm doubting they are legit. Purdue seems to rarely finish in the tournament. Rarely. And this is from history and just, doing some brief research. I don't know all that, but that's what it seems to me. This game's interesting, though. With 15 minutes remaining, Michigan State, they got to look better. They did not come out of halftime looking like the better team all of a sudden. They're fouling more. They've made more turnovers. Michigan is going to get the football with like 4 minutes left on the shot clock. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's definitely an uphill battle for Michigan State. I'm muting these ads. And then after this game, I actually have some homework to do, but luckily I got the majority of it done before. Mario Cristobal lost a game he had a 99.9% chance to win. Don't count this game out or his ghost will come to haunt you. That was the Stanford game, wasn't it? That was totally the Stanford game. Totally the Stanford game. Please tell me that was the Stanford game. I swear I remember watching that game and seeing that 99% and then seeing that they lost, and I was like, oh, that's a Mario Cristobal moment. Granted, he was without offensive coordinator Joe Moorhead, but Michigan's also without their head coach in this game. Oh, I'm a Michigan fan. I have lived through plenty of choke jobs. Plenty of them. Plenty. Lived through plenty of them. But yeah, all of Michigan State's starting lineup has at least a foul. One of them has 3. Michigan has 2 of their starters who have 2 fouls. Diabate has 1, but Dickinson and Brooks don't have fouls at all. Devontae Jones also has no points. Spartans are projected to be a 7 seed. They're 4-6 versus quad 1 opponents. They have the 27th strength of schedule. All right, Michigan State gets the rebound. That was expected. Tyson Walker tries to drive fast. Doesn't. And Marcus Bingham missed a 3. And 57-38, Devontae Jones makes a layup. It's now a 19-point lead. Exactly 15 minutes remaining. Tyson Walker has the ball. Again, Michigan State, they don't burn the shot clock then, but another missed shot. And Michigan will get a dead ball rebound after they tried to guard Dickinson. Phil Martelli, again, outside of the defense, he coached well against Illinois, coached well against Rutgers. Howard, that could have been a reach on Bingham, on Dickinson, but wasn't called. And was that another Michigan State foul? Mel Tucker's still at this game, and he's disguised. He's totally disguised. He's not wearing anything green. He's wearing a black sweater. Oh, another foul on Marcus Bingham. I mean, Tucker's a really good coach. I mean, I don't know if he's top 10, like some people say. And a turnover by Michigan. Let's see what they can do. Hauser almost shot 3, but it was well defended. It's 15, 14, 13 left on the shot clock. Tyson Walker, jumper, no. Rebounded by Michigan. Michigan State just not shooting well. Foul on Diabate. You can't be doing that stuff, man. Diabate is really talented, but he's undisciplined. He is an undisciplined player. That looks like it could have been a hold on Hauser, but we'll see. They're reviewing that play, actually. 57-38, Michigan with 14 minutes remaining. It's not looking good. This is stressful to watch every basketball game as I'm still dumbfounded and salty. It was the Stanford game. Okay, cool. I was right. If you're watching this right now and haven't already, I'm saying this less. Like and subscribe. Common foul is what they listed as. He's mad, but he shouldn't be mad. He should not be mad at all. Tyson Walker with the ball, driving. Houston got the turnover, got the steal. He did get the foul, and it was on Hauser, but I don't know why he would try and go up for a layup unless he was intentionally trying to foul. But yeah, he got the foul. So Michigan State, they're about to give Michigan a bonus. Actually, they will. They have 6 fouls. Houston makes the first. It's going to be 58-38 Michigan with 13:51 remaining. And Terrence Williams subs in. I think Julius Marble is out. Houston misses it, but Michigan doesn't even attempt to rebound it. They have all of them back playing defense. 13:44 remaining. Michigan leads by 20. Tyson Walker tries to drive, passes it back out, then back to Walker. Doesn't even try for 3. Akins makes the 3 for State. It's 58-41. Michigan lead is 17. Michigan State they've been good from 3 this half, but it's not making up for other things. They need to get some defensive stops. And Dickinson posting up and making that 2 does not help. It's now 60-41 Michigan. Christie. Akins, actually. And he misses it. And my goodness, it was a hook shot by Dickinson. It's now 62-41. When State makes a 3, Michigan just responds with 2 field goals from the paint. It's unbelievable. And one for Michigan State. 12:38 remaining. Sissoko, that was the first Michigan foul of this half. A very disciplined half for Michigan. But man, I was not expecting Michigan to skull drag Michigan State. Just wait, but 8 minutes have already been burned off. This game is going quick, by the way. It's almost like Tom Izzo has... And Izzo might be getting a tech. Izzo's getting in the ref's face. Yeah, Izzo's mad, and rightfully so. Yeah, the Michigan State bench looks shocked. They look very shocked. And free throw was made. 62-44, the lead is 18. So Michigan outscoring State by 2 since the half. Jones with some style points. 64-44. That was some nice moves. Wow. Walker with the ball. Gets a screen, but does nothing with it. Tries to get another screen. Walker guarded by Jones, looking for a pass. Doesn't have much. No. Rebounded by Dickinson. That was way off. And 3 that is not even close. Too strong, and State trying to drive. It's Christie, I think. $11:35 remaining. Tyson Walker. He could take a 3 if he wants, but I don't know if he's good at them. Gonna try and feed Sissoko, and Sissoko gets it. Yep. 64-46, 11:16 remaining. Michigan is taking their time but being strategic. Dickinson travel. You cannot do that. Wow. 11:08 remaining. 11:08 remaining. Michigan leads 64-46. They are given a 99.1% chance to win. Wow. Was not expecting this. But now I see why they were favored by 5. But only 11 minutes remaining, and State has not dug themselves out of the hole at all. I think Michigan State has 6 fouls in this half. Michigan only has 1. Michigan playing much more disciplined basketball. Why is there a Progressive ad? No one cares. I want to see Michigan blow out Tom Izzo. I am back. Wow. Yeah, Jack. Literally, wow. I mean, I watch Michigan football. I confess to be a casual Michigan basketball fan. I don't follow it much. I just don't. I followed it a lot last year because football was down. And once Michigan started getting good, I'm like, okay, if they're good, I'm going to watch them. I mean, for the most part, I always watch Michigan football, whether it's good or bad. I just have to. I'm a fanatic about Michigan football. I'm not about Michigan basketball. I know enough to where I can have a conversation about it and be somewhat educated. By the way, Wisconsin leads Purdue 33-28 at half. That's a much more of a defensive battle than whatever this game is. So, yeah. And TCU beat Kansas, too. So, yeah, Bill Self doing the normal Bill Self. Houston leads Cincinnati by 4 at the half. Yeah. So, I'm actually going to check out and see what other games are on at the moment. Are these the only 2 games on? I don't want to see top 25. I just want to see Division 1. Heck with it. VCU and St. Bonaventure. Vanderbilt is beating Florida. That will help Michigan if Florida loses. So I will be cheering for Vanderbilt. Because if Florida loses, I think that would put them out of the tournament, Michigan in, if Michigan wins. Montana State's beating Southern Utah. Virginia Tech is crushing Louisville. A lot of games going on right now. I don't know if there's any coming up. 11 p.m., Arizona and USC. I might turn some of that on in the background while doing homework. Arizona should win that game, but if USC wins, wouldn't be surprised either. And we're back. We're totally back. My face is red, but I think I'm just warm, flushed. I need to crack my neck. Izzo's furious, but it's like, dude, you've been emotionless these past few state games from what I've understood. And again, I'm not talking trash as a Michigan fan here. I'm saying what I know from what I've heard. Whether it's from Valenti, whether it's from my state friends that are on my football group chat. From what I hear, Michigan State basketball has been basically a dead animal for the past month. Like, emotionally, physically, just haven't been good. Christie with the ball. Dickinson is subbed out of the game. And almost a turnover by State. 5 on the shot clock. Wow. Akins might be a rising star. He's doing well in this game. 6 total points, 2 of 2 on 3 points. Yeah, Michigan State is shooting well from 3 now. 41% from 3 now is Michigan State. No. Michigan State rebounds it. 10 minutes remaining. There's exactly 10 minutes remaining. 16 on the shot clock. Christie tries. No. Rebounded by Michigan. Michigan State just not shooting well from field goals. No. And another shot try. Doesn't work. Michigan State now on a run of their own. The lead's back to 13. It's 64-51 Michigan. So State trying to fight. That's Gabe Brown. (10-2) run for Michigan State. 9:24 remaining. Michigan now only given a 97% chance to win. Michigan took a timeout. I don't know why Dickinson's out. Guess it was the travel. Michigan State make a comeback? I will try and stream the Big Ten tournament if I can. I will try. Wow. Well, as a Michigan fan, I hope that it doesn't come down to the last minute. I hope Michigan regains control. 1,000 on Michigan State plus 16.5 live bet. Wow. I'm not a betting odds expert, but you might be right there. I don't want to see ads. I want to see the end of this game. There's only 9:24 remaining, which probably translates to a half hour, 20, 25 minutes, depending on how large the margin is with a minute remaining. If it's a minute remaining and Michigan's up by 13, it's going to end relatively quickly. But I don't know. Michigan State on a 10-2 run. We'll see what happens. All right, the game is back. 64-51 again. State on a 10-2 run. Can they keep it up? All right. What's Michigan going to come out with? Jones with a 3, and it goes. Michigan 67, Michigan State 51. So immediately as State gets momentum, Michigan hits a 3. And that is not what happened in football. Michigan didn't kick a field goal after State scored the first touchdown in the 2-point conversion. was trying to make a terrible analogy. Didn't work. And Sissoko makes it. So that's a nice response by State. Sissoko has made 3 field goals and a free throw. The and one from earlier. Oh. Dickinson misses the open shot. 18-16 remaining. Christie has it. No, that wasn't Christie. 8 minutes remaining. And State is now on a very hot run. The lead's only a dozen. Michigan. Sissoko gets a foul that puts Michigan, I think, officially in the bonus. I don't get why they take so many ad breaks. That infuriates me. And they only do it when the game starts to get close. But that's probably because people are tuning in now. Yeah. 7:46 remaining in the game. Michigan's still given that 97.8% chance to win. Oh, man. Yo, what's up, Sam? Hey, how are you doing? What's up, and what do you think about the game right now? Actually, what do you all think about the game right now? Tell me down below. It'd be like, oh, you want to watch the game? Too bad, we'll be back after these messages. That pretty much sums it up perfectly. As a Michigan fan here speaking, I don't need us to choke. Not saying we will. We gotta get on a run of our own and sap the momentum out of State. Because State, I think, is mad, and I think it's translating them into being hot. And we saw this against Illinois. You saw it against. We've seen it all against multiple teams. State's streaky. They'll do very poorly, then very well, then very poorly. Michigan just needs to be consistent. This game is the battle of who sucks less. Yes, I second that. Because Michigan, listen, I don't care if they somehow, go on like a 10-0 run and then the game gets even more out of control and they win by 30. Michigan's still a 15-12 basketball team. And Michigan is a 19-9 basketball team who in the month of February I think is like 2 wins, 5 or 6 losses. Sounds about right. It's pretty bad. It's pretty atrocious, actually. Pretty atrocious. And that foul on Matt Sissoko doesn't help either because it just gets Michigan closer and closer to the double bonus. And by fouling Dickinson, you're putting Michigan at the free throw line. Because Michigan State can't foul now. They have 7 fouls. Michigan's in the bonus. And Dickinson is pretty good. Pretty good free throw shooter. We'll see what happens here. Hi, Sam. I found you a couple months ago and you're the best football YouTuber on the website. And also, do you think Michigan will live up to the hype next season? They will, but they're not beating Ohio State. At least I don't think they will. Now, they can. And Dickinson makes the first. It's a 1-and-1. Leads back to 13. Thank you, Cameron, for that compliment. Thank you very much. And Dickinson makes the second. So 69-55, the lead is 14. Michigan State trying to be quick, which is wise because you have to. It's 7:30 remaining in the game. Hauser checks back in. Diabate, what are you doing? I can't get mad. I have to stay unbiased, but he is undisciplined. Like I can't stand him, and he's just undisciplined. He has 3 personal fouls. 3. I mean, Jones has 3 as well, but I don't know. Diabate's fouls are just like lack of discipline. 9 left on the shot clock. Hauser's going to try and drive. The 4th on Diabate. Again, discipline. Now, what Michigan is, thankfully, Michigan played good defense. There's only 7 minutes remaining. Joey Hauser goes to the line. He has 3 points, 1 field goal, and I think it was a 3. Don't know, though. Misses the first. Again, Michigan State, not the primary free throw team. Hauser, what will he do? Will he make it the second one? Probably. Yes, he makes it. 69-56 Michigan. The lead is back at 13. Jones is in. Sissoko got a foul again. That might be his 3rd. But Dickinson will go to the line again. Could the lack of discipline be because of the new bloods? Totally. And if new bloods, you mean the new coach? No. But Diabate's a freshman. So it's totally because he's a freshman. Dickinson makes the first. Lead is 70-56 Michigan with 7:01 left. It'll probably come down to Michigan just making their free throws and making good defensive stands. Dickinson makes the last one. It's now 71-56 Michigan. Lead is 15. Julius Marble, I think, checks in. Sissoko checks out for State. Here we go. This is now crunch time. State has to put on a big show. Tyson Walker for 3. No. Missed. Jones with the rebound. Dickinson passes it. Dickinson dunk, 73-56. So yeah, the State momentum seems to have been just sapped away again. Dickinson has almost 30 points on the day, 26 points, 9 rebounds. He's just doing what he can. Tyson Walker has the ball. Ball gets around to Hauser, who tries for a jumper and gets it. Hauser is a very underrated player, and people forget about him. And then he just appears out of nowhere and then stabs you in the back, and it's annoying. But that's the definition of a player who knows himself, does what he can do. Houston passes it to Dickinson. Dickinson tries to maneuver, tries to fake someone out. And I think he drew a foul, too. $75-58. It's crazy. 5:46 remaining, and Julius Marble picks up his 3rd foul. So there'll be an and 1. Wow. Crazy. He's up to 28 points. He missed the free throw, though, but the lead is 17. So Michigan is now once again outscoring State in the second half. 5 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Michigan State tries for 3. Don't make it, but Hauser is now fouled. No, foul on Eli Brooks, pardon me. but that's only going to be Michigan's fourth, so State's just going to get the ball back. But 5 minutes 34 seconds remaining. State just keeps digging themselves in a hole. Walker tries for a jumper. It's in. Good. By good, I mean like it's good. I don't like State making stuff, obviously. But Houston lost his dribble, but luckily recovered it for Michigan. And a steal. Michigan has a turnover, but there's only 4:50 remaining. Foul on Dickinson. That'll be his first. Tyson Walker at the free throw line. Michigan now has 5 fouls. And Walker missed his free throw. He'll get one more look. Big 10 and Big 12 looking like the best college basketball league, Sam. Unfortunately, they might be the deepest. The Big 10 doesn't have anyone who's capable of winning a national championship. I don't agree with them being the like having the cream of the crop at least. Michigan State now full on pressing, as they should. 4:42 remaining. And a steal. Michigan State got a steal. They're playing solid defense. They're hustling. Points off turnovers. Michigan State actually has more points off turnovers than Michigan does. The problem is everything else. Dickinson dunk. So Michigan State, they capitalize off something, and Michigan just marches right back. 14-point lead still. Only 4 minutes remaining. $30 points for Dickinson and 10 rebounds. It's crazy. Conference tournaments next week should be fun. Yes, they should. Michigan now given a 98.9% chance to win. Official TV timeout with only 3:57 remaining. That second half that people were talking about and that I said was critical for State, it's not happening for now. Maybe they can pull something together, but I don't know. I mean, that turnover, that turnover when they stole that's a momentum building play. And then they let Dickinson dunk immediately. You can't do that. Can't do it. Michigan is about to score 80 points. Unless a miracle occurs. They're going to score 80 points. Maybe 90. Maybe. Or close to it. Wow. It's crazy. This is crazy. I mean, I hope Michigan can win out. Don't know if it's possible. I'd say we'll probably go 1-1 knowing our usual selves. Hunter has 55 points versus MSU this season. Wow. Cameron, you really think Michigan's winning the conference championship? I don't. If we did, then kudos to... Gosh, why did I forget? Kudos to Martelli. Don't know why I forgot his name, for helping us get like a guaranteed March Madness tournament and for giving us some momentum if we do win it. And then kudos to Juwan Howard for winning the tournament because he'll be back to coach then. So yeah, but I don't think Michigan's winning it. I think that Wisconsin who, by the way, is beating Purdue by 11 and will probably win that game. Wisconsin, though, I think Wisconsin actually will clinch. With a win tonight, they clinch a Big Ten regular season title. Wisconsin, and I don't think Purdue will win it. I think Wisconsin or Illinois wins the Big Ten championship. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. Let me look at some other teams. Rutgers could make some noise. Iowa could totally win it too. I honestly almost would see Iowa. I almost see Iowa is more likely to win it than Purdue, because Purdue is just, they look to be about bogged down. What tonight does for Michigan, they're asking this on the preview to the post-game show. What tonight does for Michigan is close to guarantee that they'll go to March Madness, because State is ranked as a pretty good opponent. The game is back. There was a foul on Dickinson. I don't know what that was. But 30 points for Dickinson. It's crazy. Lath, hey, how are you doing? Cameron, I think Michigan is better off with Martell and Michigan State. Both teams in bonus, but Michigan is bonus plus. And Michigan State player missed their free throw. A nice spin move by Devontae Jones. Dickinson has the ball. Houston has it. And Houston with a nice layup that looked like it could have been a travel. 79-63, Michigan, 16-point lead with 3:26 remaining, and Michigan can feel it now. Wide open. Offensive foul on Michigan State. And I think Julius Marble the second. Yep, Julius Marble, I think, picked up his fourth foul. Yeah, if they maintain it. I mean, it's a 16-point lead with 3 minutes left. It would take nothing but a collapse. Dickinson got it. And Brooks, Michigan breaks 80. It's 81-63. Walker got it. 81-65, 16-point lead, 2:42 remaining. And another foul on Michigan State. I don't know who that was on. Dickinson will go to the free throw line. I think that was on Hauser. Yes, it is on Hauser. Yeah, Jack, I'm pretty confident that this is over. But basketball's basketball. You never know. So I'm just going to watch it until the end. Thank you, guys. Got 15 likes. Let's make a push. If you haven't liked this, let's try and get it to 20 likes. Dickinson missed his first free throw. Eli Brooks has slowed down in the past couple of years. Well, this win, let me tell you what, Michigan dominated. If they do hold on, they dominated from start to finish. This more than makes up for that humiliating loss in East Lansing. More than does it. Wow. Dickinson, why would you foul? Dickinson, why? You should have let that dunk happen knowing you were going to get burned. Christie with the dunk and an opportunity for a free throw. So Michigan State still hustling, which they should. Dickinson now with 3 fouls in like the last X amount of minutes. Makes the free throw. Why are they all retreating? Jones. I'm letting part of my Michigan fan get into me, and I can't do that. 2:18 remaining. And foul on Hauser. I think Hauser has like his fourth. Michigan State is not. They keep fouling and fouling. But Michigan's also purposely trying to get them to foul. And he makes it. 83-68, Michigan. As a Michigan fan, you got 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. The probability of a comeback is near impossible at this point. I'm happy. And Dickinson makes a second. It's 84-68. This is the same state team we saw before Purdue. The difference is they're away from home. I've concluded that without home field advantage, this team is nothing. Without home field advantage. That's what I've concluded for Michigan State, and it's sad because Michigan is like closer to a blue blood, they're the better program. Their program historically means more in football. State's means more in basketball. There's no doubt. $86-68, and Michigan takes a timeout to empty the bench. Wow. That's awesome. What a coaching job by Phil Martelli. What a job. What a job. I'm proud. Hunter Dickinson, first Michigan player to score 30 points versus Michigan State since Terry Mills in 1990. Wow. And another Michigan State turnover. And a Michigan turnover, but it's bench. Let the bench guys play. Well, this is good. Good for Michigan, always keeping the brother in check. Glad you didn't say little brother. I hate it when people say that. Is Michigan different, or is this just a fluke? Michigan at home has done this a few times. This isn't a fluke, but this isn't to say that Michigan's going to do this to everyone. They're incapable. Michigan is incapable of consistently doing this. They're not as good as this game might suggest. They aren't. This Michigan doesn't play. I mean, they have, but this isn't a fluke. But Michigan's rocky is my point. And this game now, I mean, if you're Michigan State, what do you even do? What do you do? Michigan is good under a coach not named Howard. Fact. And Illinois played. Possibly Illinois played their best offensive game of the year, and it was close at the end. So I'm proud of this team for this win. Because we needed this. I don't need Michigan State fans like gloating because they swept us. And if they did sweep us, they would deserve the right to. And a turnover by Michigan. Air ball. Rebounded. Collins wants to run up the score. That's why there are so many turnovers. Good videos, bro. Thank you, Brad. I'm going to end this right here. This game's over. Y'all are leaving. Have a nice night, guys. Stay safe. And plan on seeing me live review a lot of these Big